Next one's from Luke Ryan, and subject is The Rock versus Hulk Hogan the greatest match of all time? I was listening to the Cornette show this week. Yes, I listened to other shows, but I think of you while I'm doing it. And he was talking about Rock versus Hogan for Mania.
That is tremendous.
Yeah. Is it possible that Rock versus Hogan is the greatest example of sports entertainment? I mean, those guys really didn't do anything in the match. The whole stadium is going nuts for them. No flips, no super kicks, not even a bump into some mimosa. Mm-hmm. If you don't agree with me, what do you think is the best example of sports entertainment? That was arguably that might have been the best example of sports entertainment because you had two different eras. Hulk was on his last legs. Rock was like the next thing. They were in Toronto where they were mega super. That's Hogan's best town. You know, and they did. The crowd flipped. And bro, it's just here's the thing. This is why that match was 5 stars. I think even Meltzer gave it 5 stars, right?
No, I don't think so.
Because they didn't do a lot, right? And it was
they didn't have to.
They didn't have to, which is why bro. And this is the thing that people just do not get. They forget. They always say like, "Oh, Hogan didn't do much." It's like, yeah, but Hogan wrestled in front of huge crowds all the time. And
he didn't have to. Why would you have to do a million things if you don't have to?
This is a perfect illustration to tell people, bro, you don't have to do a lot when you're over because all you're doing is building pops. Build a pop, and if crowds are going crazy for a tackle. You build up to a tackle. The crowd, it's like, yeah, it's like so.
And it's funny because I remember this vividly. I remember being backstage in Buffalo when they had that Paulo, whatever the guy's name was that he invited. Yeah, remember he was a cool dude and he invited us to his restaurant. And all right. So, and he promoted really good and he always had big crowds, right?
Right.
And so it was Macho Man and I think it was Mark Merrow. They were in the ring and bro, Macho wasn't doing nothing. And I remember DDP was saying, man, I just want to get it to a point in my career where I'm like that. And he actually did get to that point. And when you have the ability not to have to do much, why are you doing anything more than you have to? I'm not saying being lazy, but the people are eating up everything you're doing because you're that over. And not only that, Hogan had already been in a match similar to that too, was a great sports entertainment match. Maybe it wasn't a great match, but I mean, it was. Remember when he went against the Ultimate Warrior?
Oh yeah,
that was huge, bro.
Absolutely.
Back then,
and they're all basics. Yeah, just, right. And it's highlighted because the fans are just going crazy, So
right. It's almost like when you see a super star in music that he's so hot that he just does half his music and you sing the rest along. He doesn't have to do shit. You're just happy to see the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think other examples of that sports entertainment type match that he's asking about, although Hogan and Rock's at the top, think about the stuff that Vince did. He would have great sports entertainment matches with Flair, with Austin, with Shawn Michaels, with Brett to a degree. I mean, it wasn't with anyone,
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, Vince McMahon.
Yeah, exactly, right, yeah.
So
even that's the thing. Like that's why Shane.
Yeah,
was always a great performer whenever he did it because he knew sports entertainment. You build,
and then he went the extra with the Van Daminator and like that. You're like, whoa,
and as huge as they build up Michaels and Undertaker's, like the last two guys from the generation, their series of matches was
Yeah, and they said, and then when guys are that over too, okay, and they that whole story was Taker, Hunter, and Shawn, and it was told over like 4 WrestleManias. Yeah. Like a 4-year angle because the guys are, hey, you beat me at WrestleMania this year. You beat my best friend at WrestleMania, and I'm coming to avenge that at next WrestleMania. Bro, that's because it's like the A+ personalities at the top of the card. That's what you build up for one big giant event every year. So and it works.